Today I'm on 3D PT. A couple weeks ago, I went to Rocky Mountain RepRap Festival, which was the first time this was held in the Rocky Mountain region. And it was a great way for a lot of people to have access to this, given that the other two RepRap festivals have historically been in the Midwest and East Coast RepRap Festival, and hasn't been really accessible to a lot of people. And I was excited to come to this, and it didn't disappoint. And so this was held at the Ranch Advanced Complex and what's nice is this was in Loveland, so it was only about an hour's drive for me. And if you're not familiar with RepRap Festival, it has free tables for makers. And at the beginning, they actually issued something like 1,000 maker table tickets to something like 400 tables. And I was actually really worried the first night going in that all the tables would be taken because it was first come, first serve. Now, the part that was surprising is I showed up actually early on Friday to set up. And when I did, there were still a lot of tables that weren't claimed. And I've set up my booth near the concession stand. So while I was there, I had a table where I showed different items that I 3D printed, and all of them have videos. So I'll include a link below to the QR code guide. And I also managed to publish a couple of shorts, but I'll also include those here in this video. Now, I didn't get a chance to get a lot of video footage. Pretty much I just managed to squeeze some in on Saturday on the closing side. So you'll hear a narration over some pictures for a lot of this. And you can go to the RepRap site, and I'll include the link there. And you can find the different vendors, and I'll include the links to them when I can find, and their Twitter handles when I can find them. But for this, pretty much, it's just going to be a walkthrough of what I saw at RepRap Festival and kind of show everything cool that was going on in the 3D printing world. So for Rocky Mountain RepRap Festival, I'll cover everything that's at my table. Walker cup holder, DNA tiles, shirt stencils, belt, wallet, Parkinson pill dispenser, light up name badge, crayon mold, another wallet, caddy, clip art shelf, light up wall, hammer, ornaments, coin holder, cookie cutter, TPU cement molds, another belt, another pencil holder. So all these are on, so if you'd like link of resources, check out my teacher page, or go online to 3dpt.club, and you can link to all of these files on my blog sites. So I'll be here tomorrow as well for RepRap. And if you like what you see, please. So in typical Colorado weather, Friday when I set up, I left at about noon, and it was beautiful weather. And then Friday night, it snowed about 2 inches of wet, heavy cement snow. And a lot of people weren't prepared for that. And Chris with Nears71, who did a lot of 3D print rockets, captured this video here. And I didn't have much problem with the roads, but unfortunately that Saturday morning, there was a semi that had managed to jackknife backwards, and I think it hit like 3 other cars. And along the way, I saw about 2 other cars that had either gone off-road or had actually rolled on their side. And so even though the weather wasn't a very good start for RepRap, During this time, I was actually next to Big Gerano. He had a bunch of LED pads that you could show off different things with. And this showed the spirit of RipRap because it actually broke down on him. And during RipRap, he actually received a lot of help from actual professional help from a lot of attendees. So he was having some problems with his printer, and a lot of people stepped in to help him get his printer up and running. And then later on, when he was dealing with his LED issues, a couple people helped him out on some programming tips for his LED boards. And with that, he was able to fix his printer and get his LEDs up and running. And just the spirit in general of everyone there was great because everyone was there to have fun and learn, and also really help out when it was needed. Because there's some other examples of where one guy had a problem with his Lesbot printer, and they contacted the Lesbot table there, and were able to get his printer up and running on site. So there's a lot of great things about going to this. Just the camaraderie I found was great, and the atmosphere, and just the learning in general. Because from a teaching point of view, everyone was asking questions, everyone was engaged with the topics they wanted, and were able to really enjoy what they were learning.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have about 10 minutes left of the 2023 Rocky Mountain RepRap Festival. You guys have been more than awesome. We really appreciate everybody coming out.
So what's your name?
My name is Mr. Wayne. Mr. Wayne.
And how long did it take you to print the guitar?
It was about a week of work to put this together.
The volunteers, everybody here.
So what kind of, you said this is PETG?
Yes, this is made in PETG.
Alright.
This is a PETG body in about 8 or 9 parts, and there are steel bars inside to help keep it stiff and strong. The pieces were put together with JB Weld epoxy. That's about all there is to it. It's a light guitar, it plays well, and I like it.
How much would a kit like this cost you to print?
I'm actually selling this guitar for $400. I was selling the bodies for around $200, just the bodies. But the files here are available on principles.com. You can buy those there, and it probably only takes you 2 rolls of filament to take this, make this guitar.
All right, cool. Thank you. Do you have a YouTube channel or?
I am on Principles as Mr. Wayne on YouTube with the same, and on Etsy with the same.
All right.
I'm not super active, but I am there.
All right, cool. Thank you. get a video of that working.
So this isn't actually my creation. This is what I got.
Mitch is, he disappeared. Or there he is.
Oh yeah. I'm his handler. Now I get to go viral with you. Yes. You and Nathan from Cookie Cat and who else wore it? E3D didn't even wear it yet. Nobody from E3D did. But we can go over there if you want. Right there, you want to go try to pawn it off on them?
So some follow-up on this light up badge. So I'm at RepRap here, and this has been running for 2 days straight on the same battery. I think just some of the LEDs, if they get smushed a weird way, they just don't connect anymore. But otherwise, these three have been working great. Paper circuits holding together, and I've just had this as a table display. So that's the follow-up for this.
We're gonna go see if we can snag some free chocolate.
We got arms raising. Joel did not know there would be calisthenics today.
I didn't know that.
Great effort, sir. Here's a treat.
So,
How are you doing?
good. So what's your name again?
Chris Taylor.
Chris Taylor.
Today's 3D print.
Yep. So what's the tallest rocket you ever done?
2.9 meters.
So
Theoretically, height limits don't mean much. So I can just print more of those segments and make it as tall as I want.
yep.
I would guess the reasonable limit, probably around 6 or 7 meters.
Okay.
Any taller than that, you're going to start running into structural failure problems.
All right, and
without
this is
changing the design.
PETG.
Both, actually. The blue and white parts are PLA, and the orange parts are PETG.
Okay.
This is PLA, PETG, PLA, that's PETG. All these are PLA.
Like the Pringles can one.
That's actually my first available kit. I actually sold my first one today.
All right.
So I went on my website and bought one. So the way this works, these are all supposed to be glued in. I have them unglued so you can see it. But all you do is you provide the parachute, the Pringles cans, and the 24mm motor tube.
Okay.
Then you buy my files, print them, and you glue it all together, and you end up with a Pringles rocket. Of course, if you want a taller Pringles rocket, you just print another one of those and add another Pringles can.
All right. Cool.
It comes with the sleeve that goes over the tube, so you can cut the tube in half exactly.
All right.
This is not supposed to spin, it's supposed to be glued.
Yeah.
But hey, make a Pringles rocket. It's a pretty cheap way of making a pretty durable rocket.
Yeah, I've thought about that in the past.
And then later on, I have an advanced model I'm working on, which is this one. So this one has male and female inserts, so that they thread together.
Okay. Ooh.
So this is great for like club launches, because the team at Advance can glue the ends in, and then they just show up with these pieces, and now the kids can build rockets without any glue.
Okay. And you have, is this the print version of the can rocket here?
Well, this is, when I built this and I didn't glue it together, I realized this accidentally happened, and that got me thinking, can I do that on purpose? So now the idea was to make it spin intentionally. So I call this the cyclotron.
I just made this before I got here, so I have no idea if it's going to work. The idea is these are canted this way, these are canted this way.
Okay.
So these will spin that way, and these will spin that way. So it's not going to do anything for performance. As a matter of fact, it might even make them wobble a little bit, but it's going to look really cool. If it works.
Yes. No, and I almost say put a little smoke.
A little smoke charge in each tube, that might work.
And get a nice little corkscrew going.
I figure 150 miles an hour, they should spin. And transition filaments are fun, because you get to do stuff like this. And that's all one roll. Talk about 3 feet. All right, step back a little bit. All right, you ready?
Yeah. Stand with 3D PT. I'm at Rocky Mountain RepRap Fest. It's the end of Saturday, and I'm going to try something new. So one of the big sponsors for RepRap Fest is actually the Coca Press, which is coming out with a brand new chocolate printer. And so managed to grab a couple samples from them. So already you can see right now, this is, I think, regular chocolate, and you can see you can do a real intricate shape with the chocolate. So, cheers. It is a little sweeter than some commercial chocolate, and I think they have a special chocolate formula that tempers a little better. But yeah, that's perfectly fine. So it's after closing time at RepRap. So everyone's obviously closing out. A lot of the maker tables have already packed up, or we're starting to pack up early. So about 3 pallets worth of spools were recycled. My understanding is at least 3,000, if not more, people actually came in. And so we'll get a final number later. Let's see. So I'll go ahead and do a more in-depth reflection later. But actually, I can say this is my first RepRap Festival ever. So thank you to all the organizers that brought it to the Rocky Mountains. Because for a lot of people, it's not accessible to go to Midwest or East Coast RepRap. Just the technology we saw today, we saw booths that had coffee, a whole lot of different printers and improvements. It was encouraging to see children that were running a business actually 3D printing their own part, doing a print on demand business. Rockets are R2D2, except it's 3D R2 3D, which actually was featured in The Mandalorian. All the different printers, as well as a lot of different communities coming together here. So there was a lot of D&D tables, as well as innovative things like the chocolate printers coming out. Got to High Five Joe Telling. So I'll put all this together. And let's see. So getting ready to leave. So if you like what you see, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll come out with a full video of everything we did here the last couple days. And please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you again in next year's RepRap.